Hello everybody, my name is Jeff, and what I'd like to do is take you through a quick overview of software that I've developed called LittleFoot. What it is, it's commissioning and project software that I've built. It's based on years and years and years of frustration of not having all the required information I need to properly manage a project I'm on, or to capture where the project is and when someone asks me a question. So I actually will go back to the login page here, and I'll show you how it all logs in. So this is the very first page that comes up when you open up the application. So you have to log in and authenticate against it. So I'll just log in right now, and of course when you open it up, right now it opens up on the devices page, but what I'll do is go through these project overviews here, show you the important parts of it, and there's so many other functions and features in this software that I just can't go through all of them in the time required to do this video, but I'll give it my best shot. This page here is basically a bunch of groups of different information. Right here in this area, it talks about the device tag name and the data type. That data type can be any data type. You can have any tag that is of any data type, and that data type can be any data type. You notice I have a ton of different data types here, and the sky's the limit. You can have any data type represent anything you want to have represented in the database. So once this clears here, it's just doing a bunch of background stuff. So once I have this screen here, I can go in and make any combination of checks for any data type, which is the device checks. You notice here I have it checked and it says my name and the date, and I have right here, it's called a deficiency create tab, so I'll go through that with you a little later. This area here is device soft tags, and this soft tag section can be used to capture any relevant information you want for that data type and that device tag of that data type. So if you want model numbers, serial numbers, if you want to link drawings to that tag, so you come up on that tag and there's the drawing that tag is associated with, and you can quickly launch that tag, such as this. I'm just going to launch it here, and it's probably launched already. So what I'll do is I'll just go here and I'll just open again, and you notice it launched the drawing. And this particular application I'm launching with is actually Bluebeam. The nice thing about using Bluebeam in conjunction with LittleFoot is now I can quickly pull up a tag, launch the drawing, and if there's any red lines that I have to do, or any manipulation to the drawing I have to do, I'm right on the spot and I can do it right at that time. And then once I save the changes on this computer and I go back to the network, and then when I sync back to the network, I can also just send the files to the server. And what that'll do is any change I made to that drawing, it'll propagate that change to every user on the network. So as people are going, and then if they hit this button, receive files from server, then everybody's updated with the exact same red lines, and there's no risk of people not having most recent information on any of the documents. And one of the nice things about this is a reference to a PDF document, but I can go into the computer settings and I can tell the computer to open that file type with any application I want. In this case, I'm telling it to open it with Bluebeam, but I can tell it to open up with Sumatra or any other PDF viewer that you can download onto your computer. As well as this one right here. This is actually a name of a document, which is a Visio flowchart document. So in this case, I just created a hyperlink. I linked it to the area where that document's at. So if I press open, That one's open as well already. It'll open here. I'll just close it real quick, and I'll press open again. See, it opened it with Visio and launched that document for me. So it opens the document in the native application that's intended to open that document with. So in this area right here, if you have any bypasses you put in the system, or a hardwire bypass, you wired it out, or if you're in mechanical and you put some sort of blank flange in or anything, you can log that bypass right there, and it'll tell you when you come back to that screen, and you can also see it in the bypasses overview screen if there's any bypasses in the system in the project and where they're at. So it disallows you to miss anything when it comes time for startup. This area here is all your deficiencies. So if you're going through the project and you're doing all your checks and you say, oh, there's something wrong with this check right here, I can say, okay, I want to create a deficiency. I'll just create a test deficiency. Right here is you can select the category that deficiency is. It's an A, B, C, or D category. And in this area here, you can see that we've preloaded some typical check category descriptions. If you want to note one thing, if you were to select A, and it will not allow that check to be checked. If it is already checked and you selected A, it'll uncheck it and not allow you until that A deficiency is cleared. So I'll hit save, and you notice right here it put a automation check 1B deficiency in. So if I am on this screen and I hit go, what it'll do is it'll take me to launch the screen and filter out for just those deficiencies for that device tag name. As then I can go in and edit deficiency, and at this point I can change it from a B to an A, or I can add more notes, or if I'm done the deficiency I can add some completion notes and then press complete. Note once again, you have to have user access level to be able to manipulate these deficiencies as well when you're logged in. So the next area I want to take you to is statistics. This here just gives the user a lookup so that he can see which part of the project is where, and there's a lot of different opportunities for filtering different types of deficiencies here, or not deficiency statistics. So I can go based on a subsystem, I can filter down, or right here I can filter on different subsystems as well, right there. Then you notice here it says I've got just over 12,000, just under 13,000 checks, and to do I've got 27 checks complete and 0.21% of the project, as well as it's up here as well. So at any given time, in real time, with multiple user environment, in real time you can come up and see exactly on any of the front end computers to 0.1% what percent complete the project is, and you can drill into it and see it by subsystem or many other categories as well. So you can filter it any way you want, and as well as goes for devices. You can do, there's deficiency statistics, device check count, so I can see how many devices were checked on a daily basis, right down to a category or subsystems right here. And interlock check counts, and I can see IO counts through the project, so how many AIs of different types, how many tag devices of different types are in the database. Then just keep going from there. So the next area I want to show you is reports. Reports is really nice for daily meetings, and of course end of project handover and PSSR type handover reports. So I can create filterable device reports. I can go in and hit select a subsystem, and I can preview the reports for that subsystem, and I got all these filtering capabilities here that I can do for that, as well as on the statistical, I can do my device check statistics, so I can create a report that shows exactly how my checks are going. You know, there's 3 pages of it, so you can go through it any way you want. And then here's the deficiency statistics, so it's a printable report, or I can send it to a PDF and email it off. So there's a ton of different reports, and nice thing is being that I've developed that I can add to or change or modify any reporting that's required for the project. The next one here I want to show you is daily logs. Each user that's in this application, when they're logged in with their names and they press add, it'll create a log entry for their name for that date. And then you can just type all your daily logs, and if you talk to anybody about anything, you could mention keywords in your logs so that later you can type that keyword in and it'll filter all the log entries you did that have that keyword in the body of the message. So if I'm logged in as my name, I can view everybody else's daily logs. I can read their logs, everything. It's just that I cannot manipulate their logs. They're read-only. The only time I can manipulate a log is if it's under the name of the person who's logged into that machine. So that's pretty much the daily logs. One other thing is the logs also, as you filter them and you create your filters, you can send that filter, you can preview it or send it to a file for email out as well. As you go through the database, everything that's done, whether a check is made or a check is checked false or anything, or a value is changed from one value to another, it'll capture what was done. And say if you changed from value, like here I changed the tag name from ETAP 12 to ETAP 1, it captures that was changed as well. So there's a ton, it just keeps going and going and going and keeping event logs for what's going on in the project. So one thing that a customer once asked me to consider putting in is he wanted to be able to take pictures. This is more so if you're using a tablet on the project. So say you went to here and you said, okay, I want to get a local copy of the database, and then I want to select local. Then I can go away from the network, and I can go into all these pictures here, and I can say, okay, let's take a picture here. I'll just take a quick picture of myself and hit save and save it under that name, and see how to automatically name the picture according to the tag that was up here. And being that there was only one picture here, it named it as pick one. So if I were to take another picture here and save it, you notice how it automatically saves it as pick two. So it counts how many pictures are in that folder and increments the number in accordance to the number of pictures that are in there. So it always gives you a unique name. So I guess that's pretty much it for the grand overview of LittleFoot commissioning and project software. Of course, there's many more functions and features available in the software, but I'm hoping that I give you enough to strike some questions or get you excited about the software in some manner. My name is Jeff, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Done.